Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So another BYD Seal 5 DMI review, but this time we are in the base model. And yes, this one starts at 948,000 pesos. But if you go for that premium top of the line version, which I just did the review on, that one stands at 1,198,000 pesos. Now, what do you get with this base model? Well, buying this is still I'm just adjusting the aircon, apologies. So buying this is still the same 1.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, 106 horsepower and 135 Newton meters of torque, and it is mated with a smaller 8.3 kilowatt hour battery compared to the 18.3 of the premium top of the line model. So now the combined figure is much less at only 179 horsepower and 316 Newton meters of torque. The torque figure is not that far off with the top of the line model, but of course power deficit is quite drastic. However, the one thing that caught my interest, of course, besides the price, is the weight difference. So this is like almost 100 kilograms lighter than that of the premium top of the line model. So I want to see now on how this will drive later on. So main difference only with the exterior, these are running on much smaller wheels at 16 inches. The design is mostly the same from the front, the side, and up to the rear. You still have that full functioning LED light bar, and the boot space is still the same at a generous 450 liters. I will take everyone off the tripod first. Now, this is one of the differences now with this BYD Seal 5. Well, judging from this shot, everything is mostly the same. The quality here and there, even on the dashboard itself. But when you look at the steering wheel, this only has a cruise control function. And you can see a lot less safety features. But most of the tech, like for the regen braking and all that, is still present at least. But another main difference now is when you put this in reverse. This only has a reverse camera rather than a top-down 360 of the top of the line model, and you don't get a sunroof anymore. But I mean, I don't mind it because I'm not looking for that anyway. Well, if the car is equipped with it, I don't mind it whatsoever. The instrument cluster, the displays, again, is all the same apart from the adaptive cruise control stuff. You still get your air conditioning vents down here below. The seats, the sport bucket style is once again the same. And then there's Miss Josephine of BYD Alabang, who assisted us here in this test drive today. NFC card placement, and then this is the space itself, pretty alright too. And underneath, like pretty much the same, you get a 12-volt socket, two USB type A ports, and a memory card slot. Now here at the rear, so you get still two air conditioning vents and two type A USB ports down below, along to the cubby space, sit here in the middle. Okay, transmission tunnel is pretty wide, but it's not so bad. I mean, the space here overall is just as good as the top of the line Seal 5. Even the quality here and there, and the door stud, pretty solid. And I like, oh no, okay, that's another difference with this dynamic compared to the premium model. This does not get a central armrest anymore. Bummer. Yeah, that's just mainly the differences with this dynamic base model compared to the premium. Now, let's go for a drive. So another difference even before we set up, of course, no sunroof. This time the driver's seat gets manually operated adjustments for the seat. And first impression drives immediately with this dynamic base model. Having a smaller battery now, I noticed immediately while I was doing my B-roll, the engine is kicking in a lot more now than usual. And still though, the claim range of both of these vehicles is 1,000 kilometers. But of course, you can stretch it to 1,600 if needed. And here now, eco mode, and let's floor it. Oh. Okay. This may be a base model, but I can tell already, I prefer this than the top of the line model. Of course, the weight difference is drastic, but the torque is just like what, only 7 or almost 10 Newton meters less than that of the top of the line model. However, this packs a little bit more punch, to be honest. And like what I said earlier, the claim range of BYD Philippines is 1,600 kilometers if you're driving it like really, really sensibly. But overall, if you're driving it like me, 1,000 each. So it doesn't matter if you're, again, in the base model or the top of the line model. But I can see a little bit of difference between the battery percentage and the overall range itself. And the fuel economy reading, again, is much less. However, it's still pretty much fuel efficient for what this is. And the handling is, yeah, pretty much the same. Comfortable is too light for my liking. However, sport, yeah, there's a little bit more weight to it now. But again, I can feel a bit of the steering feel now compared to the top of the line model. Again, it has to do with the weight of it. Now, I think this is what I want to do with BYD Philippines. If and only they have a lend out of this dynamic model, I want to see now how this performs on a long term. And like with all the Seal 5s, this has a ground clearance of 160 millimeters. It's the charging times that I want to find out if it's still the same 2 hours like what you get in the Seal 5 Premium and the Sea Lion 6, which takes around 30 to 80% or even full charge in under 2 hours if you're using the slow charger. And again, the port is on the right side itself. And we were just eco mode when I gunned this vehicle. So let's start now. Sport mode. Oh my god. Wow. Jeez, okay. For once, I am in love, and you all know me, I love base models. This base model, Seal 5 DMI, is pretty much worth it. I don't know why it's, again, I keep saying because of its weight, it's lighter on its feet. The torque figure is pretty much the same, so it feels a little bit better putting its power down. As I say, yeah, I really need to find out long-term on the charging capabilities, the total fuel range of this. But of course, it says here more than 1,000 at 20 kilometers. When I was just gunning it earlier, once again, it was EV mode until I reached 60 kilometers per hour. And then the engine will kick in. Alright, what a car. And remember the price of this? 948,000 pesos. I think this is one of the best sedans that you can buy today. I mean, sedans overall, not just for the non-hybrids and for the hybrid vehicles. Now, seriously, this is probably the car I will buy, and just have to save up a little bit more to attain one of this. So yeah, that concludes my quick test drive review of this BYD Seal 5 DMI dynamic base model. So again, I'd like to thank everyone here at BYD Philippines for the launch of this vehicle, and to Miss Josephine behind here of BYD Alabang. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more BYD reviews coming right up. Bye-bye.